people have those special cups that they buy. Go to the pack. Go to the pack. Oh, hey, Fluffernutter Sandwiches, the two like American-y snacky things, huh? So today we are going to make Fluffernutter Sandwiches in Massachusetts. I have a taste test video coming, or came, where I try a lot of like Massachusetts comfort foods, and the only thing I could not purchase was a Fluffernutter sandwich. And I've heard you guys are quite passionate about them, but I'm getting that they're more like a homemade thing. So I'm gonna try and do it today in my hotel room. And I'm gonna tell you straight out the gate, I don't have a knife. I only have these sticks. So this is gonna be fun. I tried to be very authentic and do research on what peanut butter and marshmallow stuff to get, but I couldn't get anything but like pretty generic ones. So I know Americans love their Jif. Jif is actually a cleaning product where I'm from, Ireland. And also this was the only marshmallow fluff available in all the supermarkets. Can I just say, your bread is very expensive. Like this was the cheapest bread I could get my hands on, and it was like $3.85. And I wanted to get good bread because I want these to be good sandwiches. Oh, I also have a spoon. That might make spreading easier. But I'm also going to talk to you about a couple of my observations about people from Massachusetts and what makes y'all unique. Love that word, y'all. I've adopted it. I have made it my own. It is a word that is useful. And no, I didn't just come to Massachusetts to eat American food and visit Irish pubs, I promise. I actually do plenty of very normal, respectable, touristy things on these trips. Like on this particular day, I checked out the Freedom Trail, which if you're unfamiliar is basically Boston's greatest hits of historical sites. Very educational, very Americana, and a little moving at times. It was fun chatting with people around there. What weird stuff have you noticed in America? And I even checked out a market. And I swung by Faneuil Hall, which was mid-glow up at the time. Still cool though. It's one of those places where you stand there thinking, yep, things definitely happened here. But do I always make full-length videos on this kind of stuff? Not really. There are people who do vloggy history channels much better than I ever could. I like looking at people and making cultural observations. The psychology of what motivates people and what entertains them and why they do what they do and funny little habits. Those are the things that really float my boat. I have my priorities for videos. And after all, making content is what these trips are all about for me. My priorities just happen to involve peanut butter and copious amounts of calories. This is Pepperidge Farm bread, so I would have thought it was fancy bread, but apparently it's just standard bread. Wait. Okay, right. I also don't have a chopping board, obviously, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay, the first thing that I have noticed about you guys is, like, the weather is, I would say, not freezing, but it's cold, and nobody in Massachusetts walks around with big coats on.
I'm freezing. Meanwhile, the people of Massachusetts are like,
it's really not that cold out. You say that, but your face is very lush.
I have had 3 people say to me, oh, what are you expecting, igloo? And I'm like, it's cold. I have a big coat because it's cold. And I see people walking around in like what I would call light coats or even jackets. And yeah, you guys obviously just don't feel the cold weather like I do. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Spoon? Do you guys think spoon or I think spoon? I think spoon is going to be more efficient. Now, last time I made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, I was told in no uncertain terms not to skimp on loading up the product onto the sandwich. So I'm putting a lot on. This is much thicker than I would have anticipated. I do like smooth peanut butter, but I also like crunchy. And I know it's like something a lot of you feel passionately about. I used to say I liked smooth better than crunchy, but now I think maybe I like crunchy better than smooth. Can't a girl change her mind? No, this is the internet. We all have to have one belief and stick to it forever.
Right is wrong and wrong is right.
No nuance, that's not allowed. Another thing I've noticed is there is Dunkin' Donuts freaking everywhere. And I thought Dunkin' Donuts was like, is it Canada or are they really into Krispy Kreme? But like, there's freaking Dunkin' Donuts every 2 seconds. Like every 2 seconds I go, there's a Dunkin' Donuts. Actually, I tried a couple of Dunkin' Donuts holiday season drinks recently. I'm gonna post that on Patreon and members if you wanna check it out. The link is here. But not only do people seem to really love Dunkin' Donuts, they all walk around with coffee in their hand. Like everywhere I go, there's people with carrying around a coffee walking. And not only that, like people have those special cups that they buy that they bring from home. It's a bit like reusable shopping bags. I do not possess the forethought in the most part to remember to bring my own portable thing. Another thing is people here seem to think that their accent is gross, and actually I think it's really lovely and charming. Go to the pack. Go to the pack. One of my favorite movies of all time is, why is this so hard to open? Don't tell my mom. We paid for those teeth. One of my favorite movies of all time is Good Will Hunting. How do you like them apples? And I think the Boston accent is a little sharper than the New York accent. I find it absolutely endearing and lovely. But you guys seem to be like almost ashamed of your accent. I'm gonna put the marshmallow on the other side. Does that make sense? Should I lick this peanut butter off so I don't cross-contaminate, even though they're ultimately gonna go together?
I'm so pleased she's focused on the important things.
That's a little bit sticky though. Oh, I nearly forgot. I got eggnog. Eggnog is a Christmas thing here in America that we don't really have. I feel like I've had a sip of eggnog before. I think possibly in a taste test, but I don't think I've ever had a whole eggnog before, and I cannot recall how it tastes. This is what happens when you've made over 1,000 videos. I found out recently that I hit over 1,000 videos. You don't remember everything you've done. Like if I watched back the video, I'd be like, oh yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily remember what it tasted like. This was just a random Target eggnog. I don't know if you're like fussy about the brands of eggnog. Somebody said you can get hard eggnog. Oh my gosh. I went to Walmart and I just found out Walmart do not serve alcohol in all of their supermarkets. What kind of supermarket doesn't have alcohol? That's so weird. Another thing that they do here is they call fizzy drinks, or what most Americans would call soda, tonic. So I was at dinner and the server, I still don't like that word, server, waiter or waitress. I just don't like server. It implies very much you're serving me, which is the case, but I don't know. As an Irish person, I just don't like to put myself sounding like I'm in a position of authority over anyone. That's very much a personal thing. But she asked me, would I like a tonic? And I was like a gin and tonic? Ooh, she's very thick. Smells like a cream. Oh yeah, apparently you guys call tonic for like soda. Something else is, I'm kind of wearing one right now, but you guys have like, everybody wears sweaters and beige pants. I've never seen so many sweaters and beige pants as I have this week. And I bet that's one of those things you don't even do consciously, but like everyone is wearing sweaters and beige pants. Like everyone, except the people who are wearing pajamas in Walmart, but that's a different story. Oh, let's get this marshmallow. This is literally, before I ever did an America channel, the thing I would always think of when I think of American snacks is marshmallow fluff. Like if ever you go to the American section of a supermarket in Europe, there is always marshmallow fluff. And it's just not something we make, but it's in every American food section of European supermarkets. It is perhaps the quintessential American snack, beside peanut butter. Oh, hey, fluffernutter sandwiches, the two like American-y snacky things. Huh, this looks gross. Like a marshmallow fluff is so extra. My mom makes these Rice Krispie cakes and we always melt marshmallow and put them in. It makes them so sticky and yummy. But you can't buy ready-to-go marshmallow fluff aside from in the America section. Like we just melt the marshmallows, sugar-free marshmallows in my house. My mom doesn't usually watch these videos. She thinks that the food is like extra, which it is. Let's try this eggnog. It's delicious. It doesn't taste eggy at all. There is egg in it though, I'm assuming. Yeah, egg yolk. Whey powder. Ooh, is it like a protein thing? Milk, sugar, cream, milk solids, egg, whey, gum salt, carrageenan, artificial flavor, nutmeg, turmeric, and annatto for coloring. That's quite pure. I like it a lot. I get what you mean. It tastes like Christmassy. It actually does. and it's not even like nostalgic for me. That's interesting. I also think people in Massachusetts use dry humor a lot more than like in other states. Like there's a lovely tone of sarcasm about it. I do rather wish I had cut this in half, but we're not even gonna try it. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, one mouthful and like I can feel my blood pressure going up. It's very yummy, but like it's so bad for me. Let's get some of the crust off and get to the big bit. I bet kids love this. It actually doesn't taste as sugary as I had thought it would. In Ireland, we have sugar sandwiches and it's just sugar between two pieces of bread. Now, it's not something that's very common. It was more common back in the days when rations were a thing. So you'd get like sugar and bread and you just make a sandwich from that, like your granny's day or your great granny. Also banana sandwiches. Do you do banana sandwiches here in the America? But yeah, I am absolutely loving Massachusetts so far. I really like the character of the people. I do find it funny the way they are like up against New York people because I don't think there are too many parallels. But let me know below in comments if there are any things you've noticed particularly about people from Massachusetts, whether you're here, whether you live here, or whether you've just visited. And if you haven't visited, tell me maybe a stereotype that you know about people from Massachusetts. It's on my hand. Thank you so much, guys. That's it for today. See you on the other side, unless I have a heart attack, which is possible.